in my life. This is my time. Step up, rise up, fight first, bring it on.
Welcome to the next episode of Remus Talks. Well, there's no matchup for tonight, mainly because due to the virus, there's, well, surprisingly, a lack of matches going around. But worry not, I will still be able to provide the entertainment that you so desperately crave. Yes, and today that will be me talking about one of the enigmas of SWF, a shroud, so to speak, someone that not everybody can fully understand, and for good reasons. Whether they're good for him or not remains to be decided, but that person is the Hood. Now, to start off with, I don't fully remember where I met this individual. I remember meeting him at Mosborough when he was in the Royal Rumble, but beyond that, I don't have any recollection beyond that. And to be fair, our most significant meeting came later, which is to say, at Lock Park. Another very fateful day, because it was on that day that I faced him for the Intercontinental Championship belt, and I won. I did indeed. Now, Richard, like I said in another video, and I'll post it down below, it was one of the most recent ones that I have done, he was instrumental in making sure that I had that title in the first place and making sure that I had the match to be able to gain it. But the Hood, well, he was just oh so willing to throw himself into a match with me, because he truly, he was one of the few people who started to see a change within me, other than Rob Van Helsing. He was one of the few who started to notice that I was very different from the first time that I had joined up in SWF, and that I was a lot more dangerous because of it. And I remember reading a post that he made, a post which went along the lines of, I'm going to save you from whatever darkness it is that's infected your mind. I'm going to bring you back to how you were before. Yeah, that didn't really work out well for you, and I'll be quite honest. There was no chance of you ever turning me back to how I was before. And even if there was a chance, I wouldn't let you have that chance. How I am now as a person, I am very thankful for. And I never want to go back to that weak person that I was back then. This person right here that you see before you is perfection in its finest form. Not quite there yet, though, mainly because I don't have the World Heavyweight Championship yet. What's the number at now? I believe we're at 10 now. 10 people. Wow. You really do not care. Tell you what, if you don't respond in the next video, Lawrence, I'm just going to attack the entirety of the roster. How does that sound? It'll obviously take its time, and I won't be able to do it anytime soon, but when it does come to it, everyone will feel the wrath of myself for not being taken seriously by you, and they will know exactly who to blame. Because it was simple. It was so simple, Lawrence. You see, if you were in my position right now, you would be wanting me to respond to you. You'd be wanting me to say something. Because every time you don't say something, every time you allow me to continue the way I do, you just make it worse for yourself. You make yourself seem weak in front of everyone else. And I only need to hear the whispers from everyone, and they already think that. They're wondering, why aren't you responding, Lawrence? Is it because you're scared of me? Is it because you think I'm not worth the time? Is it because you're too proud to want to respond to me? I'll never know. But this video's not about you and your ego, Lawrence, but I thought I might as well just remind you on that, seeing as you're going to need every single reminder that one day I'm going to be taking that belt from your waist and putting it around mine. Because it's where it rightfully deserves to be, and no one else but me. And if I can't have it, then Robert DeCaro can have it. And if he can't have it, well, anyone in the society can have it. It'd be a lot better than it being in your possession. But anyway, back onto the Hood. The Hood is a confusing individual. Why do I say that? Well, for the simple reason that recently it seems like he's having a bit of a split personality issue. We're seeing a very bright, colourful version of him that does good and always wants to help wherever he can. And then we see a not-so-bright version. A version of him that's dark, calculating, and wears a ridiculous cape that covers his face, although that was a very terrible move of you to announce that was also you, because I know exactly who attacked me at Killermarsh now. And I've got a very big debt to repay to you on that. And this is a receipt that you're not going to be able to repay all in one go. Not when I get my hands on you. But yes. So it leaves me to question just what are you, Hood? Huh? What are you? Are you this paragon of truth? Or are you a renegade against the SWF rule? Or whatever else you decide to put yourself in, because, to be quite honest, you're one of the most confusing individuals I've ever seen. You don't have any set agenda. Nobody knows exactly what you're going after. And those who do probably aren't even within SWF. It wouldn't surprise me, actually, if you had an entire network working for you. You seem like that kind of person, and to be fair, every time I see you in the ring, it always looks like there's somebody who's different underneath that mask. Slightly taller, slightly smaller, slightly bigger, slightly smaller. Maybe the Hood is not just one person, but is actually multiple people, but then again, my eyes could be playing tricks on me. Could just be the same person, with severe, very severe food and eating problems. But who am I to judge, right? Not that I don't do that already. Oh no. No, I never judge anyone. Of course I judge. And that's exactly what I'm going to do to you right now. You see, you have the right... When you can consistently keep a frame, you've got the right frame. You're muscular, you're tall, you pack a hell of a punch, I'll give you that much. But there seems to be a lack of skill, a lack of confidence. Certainly not in performing in front of a crowd, but in your strikes, you always seem to hold back. You always seem to not go 100%. Now, why is that, I wonder? Is it because you're afraid of hurting the other person? Maybe. Is it because you want to test yourself and you want to see just who can push you to 100%? Well, you already know that I can do that for you, but you don't know about the rest of SWF yet. And to be fair, you've had one of the better careers. I mean, when you hold a belt, it means that you've already managed to get somewhere, as long as you make said belt relevant. Which, I'm not so sure you've ever done, but, we'll forget about that, right? I mean, after all, you did help me at that 5-on-5 at Apocalypse. So, really, you should be having everything going for you right now. Although you don't, do you? No, you've kind of just been left at the bottom, whilst everyone else, minus Doomsday, because he never seems to show up for some strange reason, even though he keeps threatening me all the time. Yeah, good one. You're one of the few who's not exactly done well with the success. I mean, take me for instance. I'm now being viewed as more of a threat within SWF, and I now hold the Cruiserweight belt as well ever since then. Kieran Hayes has become the Intercontinental Champion ever since that win at Apocalypse. That's no small feat either, and he only gained that belt 2 events after Apocalypse. At Battle Scars. So, he's doing well for himself, I'd say. But you're the one who didn't. You're the one who somehow let success loose. You couldn't quite grasp it in your hands. Whether that's a lack of talent or a lack of confidence or both, who knows? But I feel we're not seeing the full picture with you yet, and I feel like that there's something more to you, something that you're not quite ready to reveal to everyone yet. Although, given time, I'm sure that we'll uncover that secret of yours. Maybe we'll finally see the person beneath the mask. And yes, we did see your face once when you were fighting the Black Widow in a 24/7 championship belt. Why would you have a match for the 24/7 championship? That just makes no sense to me. Moving on from that, because I could have an entire episode about the 24/7 championship belt. I feel like there's something more to you that you're just not quite showing us yet, and I'm looking forward to what that may be. Hell, it might be something darker than what we've already seen before. Or worst case scenario could be another goody two-shoes running around in SWF. We need less paladins. More barbarians. Well, civilized ones at least. Ones like me and Decaro in the society. You know, I keep getting messages about people wanting to join the society. And I would offer a place to you, Hood, but we don't need second-rate wrestlers in our group. But we do have very surprising people who have decided to come forward and express interest in joining the society, if not at this very immediate moment. And I can understand why. I mean, hell, they've got their own tag team partners to worry about. But, oh, you never know. I could just be bluffing. Or am I? Which one is it? You'll never know, will you? But there's not many tag teams in SWF, is there? It's up to you if you decide you want to believe me on that or not. Oh, but Hood. When you do decide to show who you actually are to everyone, give me a call first. Because I'll be quite happy to test out your 100% and see just what exactly you can bring. That's if it's any good to start with. Hell, it's only one way to go, right? Now, this has been a bit of a scatter of an episode, but then again, when you're talking about something as enigmatic as the Hood, it's very hard to be able to talk about him, because what do you really know? You don't really know anything, to be honest. And I guess that's why sometimes he's been the centre of curiosity, although not all the time, mainly because I keep stealing that spotlight. As brilliant as I am. But anyway, I've had enough for tonight. I've got better things to do. Hell, sleeping is better than having to address the SWF audience. But anyways, leave a like, share and subscribe, and click up here. You know what to do. Vote on the next wrestler. And don't forget to click the bell icon so you can stay updated with all future videos. And this has been the Remus Talks episode Now, if you excuse me, I've got much better things to do.